Hey, what's going on YouTube? Okay, so let's get into talking about this camera. I want to start first with the build quality of this camera. I know it's been reviewed and talked about, but I'm gonna do it my way. I'm not an influencer. I haven't been paid by anybody. Everything that I have, I bought on my own, so I don't give a what I say, because none of these people are sending me anything. So as far as the build quality of this camera, it's pretty rugged. I will give it credit for that. It is pretty tough, pretty rugged. When flipping this screen, I know this was an issue for me, but you actually have to press these two buttons on the side right here in order to release this camera, so this won't just fly up. That was one of the concerns I had, as well as this back piece where this wire is right here. That was a concern, but since people have had it for over a year and it hasn't failed yet, and this was on sale, was one of the reasons why I picked it up. But build quality, it's pretty solid. I've dropped it probably 2 times now, and when looking at this, you can't tell it's even been dropped. So build quality, pretty solid. All right, so let's move to talking about the image quality. So I recently took a trip from here in El Poblado area to Sabaneta. I'm gonna show you guys some clips of that. And just shooting outside the car, and the image looks absolutely fine to me. One of the complaints that I hear about this camera is the minimal focus distance. So I'm not a blogger, especially with action cameras. If I'm gonna blog, then I'm gonna use the camera I'm using right now, which is my Sony ZV-1, or I would use something like my A6400 or even my iPhone to blog with before I blog with an action camera. But that minimum focus distance doesn't matter to me, because I normally have my phone with me. So if it's something I need to zoom in on, and take a photo of or a video of, I'll just do it on my phone. I use these more because of the stabilization, and I can explain whatever the situation is in whatever video that I'm making. So as far as image quality goes, there is a little bit of noise. You're gonna get some noise in pretty much every situation with these action cameras. Lighting has to be absolutely perfect not to get any noise in any of these action cameras, but the color representation is good. I'm using one of Leica's preset, which is Leica Vivid. So this is what this is shot under. It's not shot under normal colors, and this is 4K 60 frames per second, okay? Now I haven't done any of the, the punching in with the 8K at 24 frames per second, because this is the original. The second version, I believe they go up to 8K 30 frames per second. I haven't had a need to use that yet. I'm just having fun with these cameras, guys, as a retiree. So, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not looking to make a Marvel movie. I'm just having fun, all right? And then one of the other things that I want to talk about with this camera is photos. So photo quality is pretty good. 48 megapixels is what it says it's taking. I'm not sure if that's actually true or not. I have no way to prove that it is or isn't, but the camera is pretty decent. Most of these cameras in good lighting, regardless of which action camera you got, is going to be decent photo, if you have good lighting. And that's pretty much with any camera, even with budget cell phones. If there's good lighting, you're going to get a decent image. So photo quality on this thing has been absolutely fine. I believe you can shoot these in JPEG and color grade these if you want to, but I just shoot them the way they come out automatically, because again, I'm not looking for perfection with these cameras, okay? And then the last thing I'll talk about, guys, is the price. Now, I caught the original Ace Pro on sale at the military base for $199, okay? That's what I paid for this. It normally goes, I believe, for either $399 or $400, one of them, right? And the Action Pro right now is on sale for $229. So I'm thinking about picking that one up while it's on sale. But the thing about this cameraman, and which made me put it away, is just the size of it. It is so big and so bulky compared to the other one, and it's so much heavier, because normally, I have a chest mount, and I would want to put it on the chest like this, and then you're able to rotate and move it back and forth. But because of the weight of this, it's so much heavier than the other cameras. I mainly just use this either with a selfie stick or in hand, and then I'll walk and shoot whatever it is I'm shooting, and then I'll come back and talk about it. But that's like the biggest drawback to me, is the size of this thing. Just the size and the weight of it. If it was, like the size of the GoPro, smaller and lighter, I probably would use it a lot more and not use my GoPro as much. And I understand that low light with this thing is actually pretty good. I never film in low light, so I can care less about low light, especially with action cameras. That's not a thing for me. But just going around in the daytime with this thing, man, it's actually pretty cool. So I have some things that I got coming up next week, and hopefully I'll be able to show you guys some more images, particularly walking with this thing. I know I've showed you some images driving in a car, but walking with this thing, it seems to perform very well. I don't have any complaints about it. That minimum focus, as I mentioned earlier, I could care less, okay? But anyway, well, guys, that's it for now. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching as always. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.